graduation commencement ceremony for the pioneers of 2019. I am your senior class representative, Sadora Booker. Today, my job is to introduce our three lovely speakers and to make you feel as welcome as I can. But before I do that, I would like to talk about some numbers that I looked up. Seniors, if you add up the time spent from pre-K to 12th grade, that's a total of 13 years. Roughly 180 days of school multiplied by 7 hours. Now, your equation will be 13 times 180 times 7. That equals up to 16,380 hours worth of school, not including the mountains of homework given by Ms. Campbell freshman year. So no one should tell us that school isn't long. We sat through many classes for more than 16,000 hours just to receive a folder with our name inside of it. Today we will hear from three lovely young ladies who I am glad to call my classmates. Deborah Chagas, Teresa Michael, and Megan Hatt. Deborah is NHS president, one of the top 15 students in our class, an early college scholar, and the scenic artist for Pioneer Theater. Teresa is NHS treasurer. She received the Best Actress in Lead Role Award and is ranked number 5 in our class. Lastly, we have Megan Hatt, our valedictorian, a member of NHS, and a member of the Greater Lynchburg Community Foundation for Youth and Philanthropy. Class of 19, I know I talked a lot, but we're here, we made it, and in about an hour and some change, we'll be graduates of Heritage High School.
To take the time to let love grow. Don't ignore the sands of time. Just let a little love in yours and mine. Friends come and friends will go. The ones that last a lifetime savor so. Life goes on so sublime, but only if we stop and take some time. Every season, listen to the rhythm of the earth and sky, the rhyme and the reason of living in today while thinking of tomorrow. Days pass and nights unfold. The innocence of youth becomes the wisdom of the old. We must remember love and once again we learn to live a life we love. Amen.
Good afternoon, everyone. The class of 2019 is known as the last class to have been in the old school building. However, unlike most of our class, I was not at the old school building during my freshman year. In fact, I wasn't even in this country. My freshman year, I was in a private school in Senegal, in West Africa, where my parents had been serving as missionaries since I was 3 years old, although our family is originally from Brazil. There is a quote by Zora Neale Hurston that says, "No matter how far you go, the horizon is still beyond you." As far as horizons go, you could say that mine was always pretty wide. I had seen and experienced more of the world and its cultures by age 10 than all of my relatives that were back in Brazil ever had. My horizon was full of diversity, excitement, and hope for the future. And I liked it that way. However, during my freshman year, our family decided to move to the United States so that my mom could finish her studies in counseling. Although I knew this was coming up, it wasn't until the end of my freshman year that it all really dawned on me. I was going to have to leave Senegal, my home of 11 years, to go to a country that I had never even been to before and where I knew no one in. Even though I like to think of myself as a person who had no problems with change and was always open to diversity, when the time came to actually go through change, it was a lot harder than I expected. I came to find out that I had grown very comfortable with my horizon. I liked where I was. I liked that I knew everyone in my school, and I liked that I could walk places. I liked my house, my friendships, my classes. I was very comfortable. But then I realized that that was the problem, that I was comfortable. And my comfort was keeping me from being able to accept this new journey and expand my horizon. Zora Neale Hurston also says this: there are people who can take the biggest thing God ever created, the horizon, and pinch it into something so small that it could choke you. But there are also people who can look at a mud puddle and see an ocean with ships. Class of 2019, whether you have loved the past 4 years or hated them, or a little bit of both, this is the beginning of a new chapter for us. I know that a lot of us have grown comfortable with the routine of high school. We know how things work here. We know the people, we know where to go, how to act. We know which teachers will let us get away with late homework and which ones won't. But today marks the end of that. Whether you will be moving on to college, to the workforce, or even if you still don't know what comes next for you, it will be different from the past few years. When I moved to the US, I had to choose to let go so that I could let my new experiences expand my horizon. I had to say painful goodbyes and let go of some plans that I had for my own life. But because I did, I got to meet new people and try new things that I would have never had the opportunity to, and experience a new culture altogether. You now also have a decision to make. Will you grow into your new horizon, diving into every new experience, or will you limit yourself by hanging on to your past and to the way that things used to be, wishing you didn't have to leave? I'm choosing to dive into new horizons. This fall, I'll be moving to Hungary to spend a year studying the Bible at Word of Life and strengthening my faith. Thank you. I am choosing to welcome change and to let it expand my horizon. Even if you are not moving geographically, there is still change coming. So I want to encourage you all to accept the end of this chapter, to say your goodbyes and allow yourself to feel. Don't ignore your emotions, they demand to be felt. And then, welcome this new chapter and accept this change with open arms because it is your opportunity to expand your horizons. Thank you.
So, the summer before my freshman year, I stepped off a plane into a city which I would consider the polar opposite of Lynchburg, Virginia. Its name is Cairo, Egypt. When my shoes touched the tarmac and I inhaled that first breath, I knew I was home. The smoke from the city, the dust from the desert, and the water of the Nile came to welcome me to a place that I never thought I would call home. After all, I was raised in Lynchburg, and yet this strange new city, no matter how different and how foreign, felt so welcoming to me. Cairo was bustling. There were people shoving past each other in crowded streets, and honking cars, and buildings with no elevators. So when I came through the doors of the Old Heritage and was met with crowded hallways, yelling students, and a daily morning trek of 5 flights of stairs up to my science class first period, it felt familiar. Because of my time in a city 6,000 miles from here, I was able to take my difficult and at times frightening 9th grade experiences and turn them into something wonderful. Through trial and error, sweat and tears, and so many wonderful friends to help me along my journey, 4 years later, I now stand before all of you with our time here at a close. I have met a never-ending variety of people within these walls, people from halfway around the world, people that I hadn't known existed since preschool, and people who challenged me and my ideas. It made me realize very quickly that everyone has their own story, their own struggles, their own past, and most importantly, their own future. That discovery is an ever-repeating experience in the theater, seeing the world not only through someone else's eyes, but through every lesson they learned, every moment of grief, pain, or happiness since the second they came into the world that shaped them into who they are at that point in time. Personally, I've played old crazy women, easily manipulated young girls, a clever monkey, and a Greek goddess, just to name a few. In their own universes, they live completely different lives. And yet, in every role I've played, I can find pieces of myself in them. These people that I lived inside of for weeks or sometimes months taught me different things about the world around me. They taught me when to be cautious and when to be brave. They taught me how to approach conflicts and how to love unconditionally. But most importantly, they taught me how to see myself in people that I feel are incredibly far from who I am and who I might become. Sitting down with characters I played, dissecting what makes them tick, taught me more about the society we live in and myself than I could have ever imagined. Of course, not everyone is going to act in their lives, but if you get the chance, I strongly encourage you to. Not only will you find the experience enriching, it's also incredibly fun. But for those of you who don't act and don't care to act, and even those of you who do, I highly recommend that you talk to as many different people as you can. Hear their stories, young, old, and everywhere in between. There is much to be learned outside of your own life, and if you don't care to, it will leave you lacking, without you being even conscious of your loss. If you can travel, travel. Find homes in places that you never thought could be your home, just as I found a second home in Cairo and another here at Heritage. Don't let Miss Campbell's plague game that we played in 9th grade discourage you from talking to other people. I promise you won't get a black mark on your hand when you talk in the world out there, and teachers won't be around every corner making sure you're quiet. So talk, share, and be willing and excited to listen. The world outside these walls is teeming with even more life than what is written here. And I hope that moving forward, you are unafraid to find new people who live completely different lives. I have faith that you will find solace in worlds that are far from what you know now as your comfort zone. With every new experience, story, and person, your horizons stretch a little more. And the farther you stretch your horizons, the more opportunities you'll find when the sun starts to rise. Thank you.
I have lived in Lynchburg for 16 years, and I'm an introvert. So when I was encouraged to write a speech about broadening horizons, I was stumped. How would I be able to share my experiences with everyone here this afternoon if I had not been able to explore the world similarly to several of my classmates? But after brainstorming with several teachers, I was able to realize that horizons are not constrained to geographical areas. Horizons can be comprised of cultural experiences, work experiences, exploration of studies, and geographical exposure. Being an introvert innately made my world small. I was happy with the friends and family I was surrounded by. I would work to solve my own problems with minimal help from others, and I had a strong outline for what I needed to accomplish in my life and at what time. I would schedule my Netflix marathons around my schoolwork, and I would reassuringly watch Grey's Anatomy reruns while trying to understand the chain rule. I liked my life the way it was, and I had no rush to change it. But I was able to have experiences throughout high school that allowed me to broaden my horizon in unexpected ways while also becoming less introverted. Freshman year. As we all entered the old building that first day of school, I had no idea what to expect. I remember trying to plan the route I would take to my classes on registration day to avoid getting lost in the career tech hallway trying to go to 5th period English with Miss Rosser.
I got lost. Besides the point, I was encouraged to interact with people I had never met and reconnected with childhood friends. I was able to broaden my cultural and social horizon by hearing the perspective of my fellow pioneers. I worked to understand how people could see the same world I see so differently. It is the unique experiences that we each possess that shape our world, and through meaningful conversations, we can share our experiences with others. Sophomore year. We were applying for programs like STEM, early college, and governor school, taking AP courses, and trying to understand SOHCAHTOA. During that summer of sophomore year, I attended a camp for prospective health professionals that broadened my horizons by challenging me to interact with peers and adults who shared my interests. I learned that there are so many more specialties within the health field than I had ever imagined. This encouraged me to interact more with those who could help me with my future as well as my education. Junior year. Many of us were starting jobs. We were all challenged with academics, social life, work life, and finding time to figure out who we want to be as we became closer to graduation. We began the daunting thoughts of what life would be like after high school. After all, most of us have only known the Lynchburg City school system. Suddenly, the horizon seemed limitless. We were challenged with introspection and encouraged to research our interests that could potentially lead to our future careers. Lastly, senior year. Some people will say senior year is the easiest year. I don't know what school is like for those people, but they weren't telling the truth. Whether it was applying for college, the workforce, or preparing to enter the military, we seemed to have additional tasks added to our to-do list. I felt that my academic course load was the most challenging this year, but I also learned the most this year. I now know a jingle for setting up derivatives with multiplication in them. I know more about DNA yay than I had before, and I was able to read some entertaining novels throughout the year. I was also able to make some of the closest friendships that I had ever had. My horizons broadened the most senior year because I was able to learn so much about my peers at Heritage as well as the Lynchburg community. I was able to present projects with more confidence, express myself creatively, and find out what kind of person I truly want to become. As we all embark on our separate journeys following this memorable moment, I want you all to remember something. Your life is what you make it. Your horizon is as wide as you want it to be. Your geographic location doesn't define your horizon. It is the things within it that allow you to expand your possibilities. Zora Neale Hurston once said, "Some people could look at a mud puddle and see an ocean with ships." You can choose what experiences you want to have in life, and those experiences will allow you to set yourself up for success. Your horizon goes only as far as you can see, so take those steps, no matter how little they may be, so that you are able to gain a new view of endless possibilities. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2019.
To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter matter how far, to fight for the right, without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world would be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable stars. Yeah, Julio.
Wow. All right. That was amazing. All right, please join us in recognizing the 2019 honor graduates. Please come forward as I call your name. Our valedictorian, Megan Hack. Samuel Ford. Joshua Howard. Frederick Smallshaw. Ivy Wheaton. Teresa Michael. Ethan Page. Jalen Davis. Anirudh Venkanagari. Eleanor Matthews. Taylor Murphy. Deborah Chagas. Shemaiah Jones. Jasmine Ellis. Abigail Kirkwood. Raven Jones. Kayla Manville. Elizabeth Brooker. Montrez Jones. Stephen Carolasia. Isaiah Brown. Julio Aliman. Keely Sarver. Ethan Sprouse. Luke Barreto. Adib Shamirzadi. Mubashar Ashraf. Dynasty Kinney. Khalees Cage. Victoria Rollerson. Dwayne Younger Adams. Frankie Mazariegos Perez. And Eduardo Rivera. Congratulations to our honor graduates. All right, guys, here we go. And now for the awarding of the diplomas.
Jacob Henry Adams. Shamika Lee Adams. Holden Connor Adelstein. Abdul Rahman Mohassan Al Samet. Amata Rahman Mohassan Al Samet. Julio Samuel Aliman. Christian Philip Alexander. Shanti Monet Al Sadiq. Maeja Dejonique Anderson. Keturah Odette Andres. Cheyenne Dejanay Arnold. Mubashar Ashraf. Shayla Darshell Austin. Anna Grace Pearl Babbitt. Cayman Michael Bailey. Daquan Douglas Banks. Octavia Monet Banks. Tyreek Darius Banks. Roderick Lee Barber. Hunter Cole Barker. Luke Benjamin Barreto. Xavier Rashamel Beard. Madison Ray Berlin. Jabari Jermaine Blake. Sadora Nevea Booker. Brian Dion Boyd. David William Boyle. Elizabeth Marie Brooker. Aria Christiana Brown. Isaiah Allen Brown. Kaylin Deshay Brown. Shania Love Brown. Christina Marie Brungard. Trayvon Sadiq Brunson. Ken Lamont Burks Jr. Keelan Terrell Burns. Harold Maurice Burton, Jr. Devin Jordan Cabell. Khalees Jolie Cage. DeAaron Lindell Calloway. Ezekiel Xavier Calloway. Jasmine Janae Calloway. Montasia Monet Calloway. Deasia Lachey Campbell. Haley Page Campbell. Neville Isaiah Campbell, Jr. Gabriella Maria Canelon. Omar Jose Carino. Ariana Simone Carter. Micaela Angelina Cash. Deborah Medeiros Chagas. Zing Wei Chen. Benjamin Lance Cleaver. Caitlin Elizabeth Kloss. Alexis Nicole Coles. Richard Zachary Corey. Cameron Bryce Cowart. Aaliyah Crawford. Diamond Nicole Cundiff. Angel Uriah Dabney. Erica Davey. Latrell Corrine Cassim Davidson. Mia Noel Davidson. Frank Matthew Davis. Jalen Michelle Davis. Malon Judah Davis. Malaysia Jean Davis. Lachelle Corvassier Deering. Monica Shantae Duncan.
Rhodesia Ariane Elliott. Jasmine Elizabeth Ellis. Allah Mohammed El Said. Ivy Elizabeth Evans. Julian Seth Ewers. Sakira Quantea Farrar. Orion Jasavian Ferguson. Samuel Carson Ford. Tyshayla Sherelle Ford. Lily Ashmore Foster. Angela Marcia Garland. Jawan Elijah Norman Gilbert Eldridge. Matthew Joseph Godden Jr. Luke Andrew Goff. Cortasia Zakiya Graham. Tracy Ramon Graham II. Donovan Neil Grishaw. Michaela Cheyenne Gwill. Megan Riley Hack. Selena Gabrielle Hamlet. Mariana Elizabeth Harris. Kaheem Trayvon Harrison. Naya Corinne Hash. Robert Dakota Hatley. Amira Janae Hayes. Ashanti Desiree Higginbottom. Kaylin Grace Hilber. Mia Brianna Holden Patterson. Alexis Monet Holly. Joshua David Howard. Darren Ahmad Hubbard. Tatiana Sade Jackson. Brian Anthony Johnson. Elijah DeAnthony Johnson. Thomas Abaka Johnson. Derek Avante Jones. Jamari Rashawn Jones. Montrez LaVar Jones. Raven Jamonica Jones. Shamaya Ariana Jones. Trayvon Chavez Jones. Zakaya Amani Jones. Zoe Janae Jones. Jocelyn Michelle Joyner. Stephen John Carolasia. Dynasty Alexia Kinney. Abigail Diane Kirkwood. Riley Marie Lamb. Caitlin Nicole Lawhorn. Philip Alfred Link. Felicia Victoria Long. Frank Victor Long. Joel Lopez. Trayshawn Jeremiah Loving. Joshua Monroe Lynn. Kayla Ann Manville. Emily Patricia Martin. Justice Ryan Martin. Eleanor Marjorie Matthews. Jordan Noel Mayfield. Alexandria Janae Mays. Frankie Mazariegos Perez. Christopher Amon Meganson. Teresa Edward Michael. Caleb Collins Miklas. Leonasia Shania Miller. Kylan Terrell Monroe.
Rashad Tari Moon. Taylor Ray Murphy. Ethan Royal Page. Thomas Washington Page. Tasia Brentroya Pannell. Travion Draquan Pannell. Vontae Rashawn Pannell. Ayana Lachey Payne. Tristan Lamont Payne. Dakota Everett Pettibone. Essence Lachey Phelps. Rex Haywood Pollard, Jr. Darius Rael Randolph. Victoria Ann Rollerson. Autumn Savannah Reynolds. Eduardo Aziel Rivera Martinez. Hassani Jelani Rivera. Haley Joy Rogers. Isaiah Zion Rose. Jalen Evan Rose. D'Angelo Ramon Sales. Hunter Wayne Salmon. Keely Shay Sarver. Jaden Tyree Saunders. Michaela Marie Saunders. Samira Ante Saunders. Tyla Danielle Scott. Joseph Samuel Seekings. Amir Malik Shabazz. Adib Amazadegan Shamizadi. Summer Renee Simmons. Frederick White Smallshaw. Ashley Nicole Smith. Essence Ladae Smith. Callion Dwayne Sneed. Eric O'Neill Sparrow. Ethan Thomas Sprouse. Kevin Edward Stamps, Jr. Damon Tavares Strange. Keontae Isaiah Swain. Savion Nasir Sykes. Tracy Denise Tarkenton. Betty Ann Thomas. Luke Henry Toller. Eve Cheyenne Trent. Lashad Damon Trent. Aaliyah Precious Troxler. Naji Jihad Turner. Ethan Lee Turner Moreno. Makai Rashad Tyree. Zonasia Andrea Vaughn. Anirudh Reddy Venkanagari. Christina Ann Waller. China Lachey Wall. Julian Ray Welcher. Ethan Thomas Warner. Ivy Alyssa Wheaton. Janae Imani Whitley. Elijah DeMonte Wilson. Uzel Burton Wilson II. Dylan Nathaniel Wright. Mahogany Shante Younger. Dwayne Trevon Younger Adams. And before we move on, we would like to take a moment to honor our students, Marissa Nicole Bashell, and Jordan Jacob Keys.
Now, by the power vested in me by the Lynchburg City School Board and the Commonwealth of Virginia, I now pronounce you 2019 graduates of Heritage High School. You may turn your tassels. Please join us in the singing of the Heritage High School alma mater. Graduates, please turn your tassels. And remember, we are and forever will be pioneers. We are welcoming, encouraging, see responsible, engaged. Let's have a great day in